Hello friends, welcome to the online classes organized by Ashadam School. Since the whole world is affected by corona pandemic, the future of the students is greatly affected. But in order to make the future of the students secure, the school has organized online classes. So today we are going to deal with the first chapter in economics. The chapter is graphs in economics. Before we go to the main chapter, let us first understand about the introduction. Economics explains and analyzes various economic events occurring in the real world. The ordinary persons are not interested in discussions and analysis of events given by experts. But if the same is expressed through diagrams and graphs, they are very much attracted towards them and the information is conveyed to them very easily. Example, by looking at the graph of the corona pandemic, we can understand which places are red zones, which places are orange zones, and which places are green zones. Generally, two types of pictures are used to depict such information, and these are diagrams and graphs. Let us now understand the definition of a diagram and a graph. We will first understand what is a diagram. A diagram is a representation of observable data by way of picture. Scales and measurements are used, but thorough knowledge of statistics is not required. A diagram is normally drawn for discrete frequency. Laypersons do not require detailed knowledge to understand a diagram. It is used by government, advertising companies, and social organizations to spread awareness. Now we shall consider the meaning of a graph. A graph is also a representation of observable data by way of picture. In comparison to the diagram, which is drawn with the help of discrete frequency, graph is drawn for continuous frequency. Graph requires statistical information. Graph is normally drawn with the help of the x-axis and the y-axis. And graphs are used by researchers and educationists. Graph is drawn on the graph paper. Graphs are not generally understood by the general public. A graph is used for complex statistical information. Knowledge of statistics is essential to draw and understand a graph. A graph is generally drawn on a graph paper, and graphs are not used for conveying information to the general public. We shall now see the aspects to be considered while drawing a diagram and a graph. By aspects, I mean the rules, regulations, guidelines which are to be considered while drawing a diagram and graph. Let us see the aspects one by one. First and foremost, the choice of type of diagram or graph and their presentation. By this I mean to say, the graph or the diagram must be chosen in such a way that it is attractive, at the same time it is understood, at the same time it is effective. The second point which we should consider while drawing a graph is clarity. Clarity means neatness. Different shades, colors must be used so as to make the picture catchy, attractive to the general public. We should use sober colors and light colors in order to make the picture attractive. The third point which we should consider while drawing a diagram and a graph is to take appropriate scales and measures. The scales and measures should be in accordance with the data. Both the axes should be denoted with appropriate details of what they represent. So, we have to represent them in the axis, the x-axis and the y-axis. We have got various sources of data, primary data, secondary data. So, diagrams and graphs must be accompanied by the data from which they are created. mentioning the source of data. The last but not the least is method of calculating the data. How the calculation can be done with the help of simplified statistical formula so that the people can understand them in a proper way. We shall now see why diagrams and graphs are important in economics. Normally, the subject of economics is considered to be difficult and complicated, but it is made easy with the help of diagrams and graphs. Certain economic parameters can be understood with the help of a single diagram and graph. The various changes occurring in the sectors of the economy, the primary sector, the secondary sector, and the tertiary sector can be easily understood. Comparison can be made for different regions and sectors. The time and effort of the presenter is saved if the data is presented in diagrams and graphs. The short run and the long run fluctuations in agriculture, industry, can be calculated by the way of time series graphs.